Take a look at these guys. It looks as if the guys at Boston Dynamics have pulled off something really radical with their humanoid robots. Just take a look at this demo that they released. In it, you can see as it performs what the guys at the Waltham, Massachusetts-based company call fully autonomous work. As fancy as such words may sound, the implication is a lot more than people may realize. You see, this demo stands out because it is not some pre-programmed video where Atlas is performing some parkour stunt to show off its agility. No, this is a demo where we watch as Atlas performs real-world factory tasks all on its own. Pretty amazing, right? Let's take a look at how it can do this and what it may mean for the future. Completely autonomous. As impressive as it has been to watch Atlas perform pretty amazing feats for a robot such as doing push-ups, it looks as though the guys at Boston Dynamics wanted more from their robots. As such, rather than focusing on all the impressive physical feats it may be able to perform, the Waltham, Massachusetts-based company decided to focus on making the robot perform tasks that show off how it can handle actual industrial work. This represents a huge step forward. Just take a look at the demo again. Watch as it moves engine parts between containers in a factory. This means that it was sorting parts while adjusting to different heights like a human being. What's even more impressive is that it is doing this with complete autonomy. We highlighted this earlier because this is really important when we talk about what these robots could potentially be in the future. You see, when we lean into the fact that Atlas performed the tasks with complete autonomy, it is really impressive because this means that there were no human involvements at all. This is indeed a huge step forward for this industry because this could mean that we have robots that could handle several tasks without the need of human input. Sensor technology. For Atlas to be able to carry out all these complex tasks, one of the things that Boston Dynamics did to make this work was to improve the robot's sensory technology. This means that the robot now makes use of a combination of vision force and perceptive sensors to feel its body's position. This allows it to feel its body's position in a bid to adapt and react within moments. This allows it to avoid any sort of mistakes, such as adjusting its grip to stop something from slipping. Just take a look at how Atlas had to adjust its movements when it met some resistance while attempting to slide a part into place. This is really amazing because it happened in a split second. With such abilities, we may actually be able to rely on these robots to make such decisions in real time without having any worries at all. Hardware. As impressive as Atlas's sensory technology may be, its hardware is also something that is worth taking notice of. Boston Dynamics fitted the latest version of the robot with parts that are all electric. This is a deviation from previous versions which were made of hydraulics. This makes the robot quieter, and this gives it a wider range of motion as well, making it one of the smoothest humanoid robots you could find out there. This is also great for the robot, because this will give it the ability to maneuver its way through some rather complex environments, something that could be found in one of the many factories any unit could find itself in. This smooth range of movement is made possible thanks to the advanced actuators found on the robot. Think of these advanced actuators as something similar to the muscles found on humans. Thanks to these robot muscles, Atlas is able to pivot at the waist, giving it a wider range of motion than most creatures on the planet. With this waist, it can perform anything from subtle twists to full-on arm movements. Perfect environment. With such abilities, it comes as no surprise that the guys at Boston Dynamics were keen to make use of Atlas in automotive applications. This comes as no surprise, especially with Hyundai at the helm of the company. With such a relationship with the company, it is clear that Atlas is being pushed towards automation and car manufacturing at this point in time. They are certain that with Atlas on the assembly line, they were bound to improve efficiency. After testing them in their factories, it must be encouraging for Hyundai to announce their recent collaborative relationship with the Toyota Research Institute. In the very least, we can expect that Atlas will be equipped with even more advanced machine learning, thereby making this one of the best moves for the fully autonomous humanoid robot. The visuals. When we take another look at Atlas's design, we can see that Atlas looks at things with a sort of fisheye field of vision that highlights objects that it handles. This is a really interesting feature, especially as it allows Atlas to identify the right items to place in the right places. Add the fact that new machine learning models running behind the scenes allow Atlas to understand his surroundings better, a feature that allows it to make decisions faster. and we have a really spectacular robot on our hands here. With such features coming into play, we cannot help but turn our attention once more to the fact that Atlas is a fully autonomous robot. We must emphasize on the fact that what we see in the demo is not some sort of pre-scripted demonstration. There was no remote controller doing all the work in the background either. Nope. Instead, we'd find that this autonomous nature is what makes it really stand out when in the midst of other robots. This is truly remarkable because this truly is something that you do not see from robots in the market today. Even Tesla's Optimus robots were under some sort of human control when they were lauded for their appearance and served guests during Tesla's Cybercab event. Considering how this may have been great to see, we cannot ignore the fact that those robots were not as autonomous as Atlas is said to be today. Labor and productivity. Looking at Atlas, though, we can recognize the fact that there are many who may be put off by what Atlas can do. Looking at it, it is an impressive humanoid robot, especially with the strange physical feats that it can pull off. However, all these moments just show how multifaceted Atlas is becoming as time goes on. All in all, as creepy as it may be looking at it sometimes, Atlas may be the robot that may change the way that we see issues such as labor and productivity. What may come next for Atlas and Boston Dynamics may be how to push Atlas towards being as suitable as possible in factor applications. There may even be a special focus on making it as perfect as possible for the automotive sector. With such a focus in mind, there is a sense that anything is possible when it comes to what Atlas may be able to offer the workplace in the future. It may be key for robots such as Atlas to start making its place known in the workplace in the United States of America, because the guys in China are also hard at work coming up with their own mind-blowing technology. Just take a look at what happened at the 7th World Voice Expo in Hefei, East China. There, we were all privy to all the outstanding AI tech that is being worked on over there. Just take a look at this 1.7-meter tall robot that showed us how far the Chinese have come thanks to an impressive display of its motor skills. Incredibly, this robot seems to be so attentive and reactive that when a thirsty person asks for some water, guess who gave the man something to drink? Apparently, this attentiveness is a representation of how great the robot's latest generation large language model is. Apparently, it is a second-generation AI model that was developed by iFly, and it shows how far we have come when it comes to creating robots that can efficiently perform even the littlest tasks, such as pouring someone a glass of water because they were thirsty. With that in mind, Atlas may be in good company, as many all over the world are working hard to make the robot of tomorrow. Today, though, we have robots like Atlas to show us what the future may be like, especially for those working in factories such as the ones found in Hyundai and Toyota. Atlas could prove to be the robot of tomorrow after all.